Oh! Ooh! Ooh! Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where today we're hopping back into the world of FNAF. I know, shock of all shocks. Whoa, Matt Pat's talking about a FNAF thing. No, oh my gosh, it's amazing. No, but today we're not playing a game. We're actually reacting to a FNAF video series, specifically FNAF VHS. But it's important to call out, not all these disclaimers in here, but it's important to call out that it's not FNAF, the original FNAF VHS. So as I understand it, and we try to stay away from drama, we are vaguely aware of this, but as I understand it, FNAF VHS was an incredibly popular series of videos that were uploaded onto YouTube.com by a creator named Squimpus McGrimpus. A couple years ago, they did really well. People really liked them. Apparently they were super scary, and people were like, more, and Squimpus was like, hey, I don't want everything that I do to be FNAF oriented. I kind of want to distance myself from the series, so I'm ending it. We're done here. And as a result, like, I never really looked into it. A lot of people have asked us to look into it, but I've kind of always stayed away from it out of respect for Squimpus's, for Squimpus's wishes, right? But apparently, the creator Battington, who we've previously reacted to his work with the Harmony and Horror series, which is amazing, right? It's basically all the animatronic horror you could ever want, but with a giant ice cream cone head animatronic spooky time. It's awesome. If you haven't watched Scary Clowns, everyone loves a good scary clown. My friend in college, who is still one of my best friends to this very day, took a clowning class in college and named himself Shanky the Clown. No context needed. I have a friend who calls himself Shanky the Clown. Take from that what you will. Maybe it's a story for another day. Anyway, Battington, who already does these amazing animatronic horror videos on YouTube, has this amazing Harmony and Horror series, I believe started to remake the FNAF VHS series, and Squimpus blessed it or kind of gave approval over that series. This is my first time. I have never seen these. I have never reacted to these. I'm going in completely blind, but I hear they're good. A lot of you have been requesting that we react to them, showcase them in some way. So this is it. This is kind of like the new FNAF VHS remastered, under kind of the blessing of the original creator, Squimpus McGrimpus, which is awesome. So let's just, I don't know, hop into it, because this is probably about as close to the FNAF movie as we're ever gonna get, let's be honest. Sure, Blumhouse, you're working on it, and you show up a picture every, 8 months because the Twitterverse is like, where's the movie? And Jason Blum's like, okay, here it is. Let me go back to, making, I don't know, what's a Blumhouse thing that's gotten hashed out a bunch? I can't come up with it. I want to say, I know they did Get Out, but they haven't, remade a lot of that sort of stuff. In general, I like their stuff. Did they do the escape room movies? Did Blumhouse do escape room movies? Because those were also fun. Great. Awesome.
I don't know.
Blumhouse, hold up. Oh, no, man, now I gotta look it up. Sorry. 1 second. Blumhouse Films. This is a stupid idea, man. Why am I even doing? No one cares. We were all segued into the FNAF. Wait, they did Black Phone? Black Phone was great. Get Out, great. A lot of their stuff is good. Wait, they did Halloween? I didn't know they did the remake of Halloween. What? Truth or Dare I didn't watch. Happy Death Day and Happy Death Day 2, delightful movies. The Craft didn't watch. Invisible Man was fine. Did they do Paranormal Activity? Are you sure that? I don't believe you, Google. These are top search results. Garbage. Ignore.
I'm glad that this room's carpeted.
Matt Pat breaks
really
his
did
phone.
just pump off the couch.
It just yeets his phone and shatters it. That's the scariest thing that's going to happen this October. So anyway, without any further ado, without any more of me Googling stupid things that end up going nowhere, let's hop into FNAF VHS, shall we?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. FNAF related tapes by Battington. Again, so here we go. Parts $$ There's a code there. $5. Is this the 5th video? Is this okay? So I don't know the order that these go in, but if this is the official playlist, let's hop into it. Here we go.
What you doing?
Oh, wow. Oh, no. He just started off. Ooh. Hold up, sorry. Oh, captions are unavailable. Okay, so I'm starting from the beginning again.
What you doing?
Hey, bud. Hey, buddy. Nope. Who's filming this? Do you think?
What you doing?
It's just filming you. Take
What
take
you
it.
doing? Why are you hiding?
Oh! Oh! Rock, eat, play, party. Rock, eat, play, die. With fantasy and fun come to life. That was really effective. That was a minute. That was really effective. That was awesome. Wow. There's in such a short amount of time, there's already so much to like talk about. I love the fact, and I do think this is something that the games sometimes don't do justice to, and even some of the fan creations around animatronics give you a sense of the weight of these characters. And like that heavy metal stomping. I think the only other time that I've really felt the weight of the characters in such a visceral way is in Joy of Creation. I think that's the one where you feel kind of like, as the animatronics walk, you feel the like heaviness of a large metal endoskeleton just like tromping around. It's also cool to have the animatronics actually like talk to you in kind of their synthesized voice. Oh, that's disturbing, man. It's really effective. You immediately think of like, who is filming this? Because I didn't know if that was actually going to be something that they would answer. So to have Freddy call out like, "Why are you hiding?" I'm like, oh, it's just a camera and they're adding a little movement. But no, there's, again, like Battington is such a talented creator to have thought through all of the questions that I'm like, I'm going to react to this, and this is the funny thing. But no, the fact that like we are actively hiding under a table filming this, and you get that low angle shot. Really effective. So was this Bonnie on the table as we turned? Yeah, it is. And and you see like the Chica faces there. Yeah, just the parts and service animatronics. Oh, and he's just right there looking at you. Woo! The designs are just so unsettling. Also important noticing that Foxy has both his eyes. Important for the lore. You know, when Foxy has a single eye versus double eye. Party. Rock. Eat. Eat, pray, love. Rock. Pray that you survive. Fantasy and fun come to life. Yep. There you go. That's a good start. That's a good start. I'm feeling good about this series. That was appropriately spooky. Having the animatronics just directly call you out and just stare. I mean, again, the dead eyes just staring at you. So terrifying. Okay, this is Fazbear Entertainment Video Manual. Read the description. Oh, here we go. So, just as I hinted at, I would be recreating Squimpus McGrimpus FNAF VHS tapes with the vintage models and give them a twist. Okay, there you go. All right, so let's check this one out. So this is one of the original remakes. Are all of these remakes? I don't know. Like I said, I'm going in completely blind.
Welcome to the Fazbear Entertainment Maintenance Video Manual. This
Okay.
tape will cover the instructions on how to clean out your state-of-the-art animatronic characters.
Great.
Each animatronic has the same cleaning procedure.
Great, easy. One size fits all.
First, reach behind their neck and press the red button. This will set them into maintenance mode.
Huh. Is this, that's interesting. Again, having not seen these before, is this where the idea for like FNAF VR parts and service mode comes from? This idea of like popping a button on the back and it opening up, or deactivating them so they can be operated on? Because I guess you see that a little bit in Sister Location, where baby's sitting on the conveyor belt and you have to do the beep boop boop beep boop boop in order to kind of like send her down the line. But really, I think they perfected it in FNAF VR, where it's like boop the nose, boop, and the faceplates pop open, and then you have to kind of like manipulate things, pop out the eye, whatever. And I just always assumed that that was kind of a creation on the part of the games, as they were thinking through how these animatronics worked. But the idea that maybe it came from not this series, the original Squimpus McGrimpus series, that's really interesting, and something I was not aware of. So I think it's always fascinating, the conversation between like the original artists and creators of the game or the IP and the people who are reacting to it in real time through their fan art, through their video creations, through their fan games, through our theories, and you have this dialogue back and forth talking. So I wouldn't be surprised if like this is the moment where they're like, oh yeah, that is how parts and services would work, and let's boop the button and this and that. It's cool. It's cool. I like it. All right, boop that. Let's boop that button.
Second,
Boop it.
The blue unlock button on the back of the head. Remove the upper jaw carefully, then detach the lower jaw. Third, press.
Man, nothing like that smooth jazz to get you in the mood to clean some animatronics. Am I right? That Kenny G playlist, soothing in the background while I'm popping animatronic heads off. It's fine. Play that smooth jazz.
Down on both shoulders to unlock the shoulder joints.
Okay.
Remove both arms. Finally, take the torso
Go crazy
piece and
after
lift it upward until it is completely removed.
Ha!
Climb inside the torso and accept your
And accept your fate. What? It's just his face. Hey, Freddy. So, okay. So first off,
second, press the blue unlock
Great,
button
I'm
on
so
the
glad.
back of the head. Remove
I like that you get
upper jaw
I love some of these close-ups where you're getting a real sense of the texture of the animatronics too. Because again, the games, either they feel very glossy, they feel very like smooth and superficial, and like their design has changed. The more modern games like Sister Location Onward, everything is very smooth, very like shiny. Even the toy animatronics back in the day, it's just easier. But to go back to this era where you have more texture, you have like the matted fur, or you have kind of the grooves in kind of the hard like plastic shells that are made. It's really, again, like it gives it a sense of realness and texture. Because I mean, if you think back to FNAF 1, one of the big theories that happened back in that day was, is that a handprint on Freddy's face matted into the, because it has this fur. Is that a handprint that's been like of a kid who's like trying to resist being like shoved into the mouth or shoved into the body? And so you have this like handprint over the front of his like eye and nose. And so, to go back to more of these textured animatronics is really cool.
Then detach the lower jaw. Third, press
Little
down
wiggly
on
ears.
both shoulders to unlock
so
the
cute.
shoulder joints. Remove both arms.
I guess this is the way you would do it. I feel like, again, like looking at it from a realistic perspective, I feel like if I were attaching like an outer shell to I feel like the robot inside, the skeleton, stays largely intact. So you wouldn't want detachable arms and legs. Instead, I would think it would be like an outer shell to it, and that you like strap together with like something like a spring lock or something like that.
Finally,
or like plastic that clicks
take
together.
the torso piece and lift it upward until it is completely removed.
So this is interesting. I'm surprised by this because on one hand, okay, so the red belt is always there because I'm like, is that like blood going down? It's like a little blood gel at the bottom there. Because I would assume that this is a kid, right? Like, oh, a dead body shoved into the suit. But it's not, because you see a little bit of the ear peeking out there, and that ain't a kid ear. So is Freddy just getting shoved with other animatronic suits?
Well, if you look at the metal, there looks like there's little like splotches,
Right, little,
like right above there.
Right, no, little. I mean, certainly some blood, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's certainly blood that has been inserted into this animatronic at some point. Like some living creature has been shoved into here. But the thing that's peeking out The fact that like you have a foxy ear peeking out, not what I would have expected. Right? Am I wrong in interpreting it that way?
No, it definitely looks like some kind of ear.
Right?
Or like wires wrapped around some of that same like white metal. But I can't
Oh, that
tell.
is. It could be viscera. It could be like a intestine wrapped around there.
Ew.
No, I guess you are right. I see what you're saying now. No, because this whole time I kept thinking like, oh, that's like the inner part of the foxy ear, and here's the outer part of like the outer like red fur of the foxy ear, and it has that kind of like point of an ear. But no, I think you're totally right. I think because that seemed weird to me. I'm like, why would you be shoving Foxy's head into like Freddy's body? It's like a Russian nesting doll of animatronics. The turducken of Freddy's now serving turducken. Just with animatronics. But no, I think you're totally right. Good call. Where this is the metal of his endoskeleton. And then, yeah, there's just viscera.
I mean, who knows? You know, we could be getting comments saying, oh man, they had the ear clue, and then
No, I
thought realistically.
no.
How dare?
No, we're gonna get comments being like, I can't believe Matt Pat thought that was an ear. And trust me, when someone opens up an animatronic torso and the results are censored, I'm not looking for foxy ears. Like that's not what I'm actively looking for. I just saw that shape and I'm immediately like, oh, that's like a feline or foxy, some sort of like cat-ish ear kind of thing, or a wildebeest, the pointed ears.
Completely removed.
But yeah, no, like, and also, can I just reiterate this? We talked about this a lot when we were reacting to Petscop back in the day, but, and when we were doing Petscop, playthroughs and episodes, censoring stuff, it's so much scarier than what you would actually see there. Like, the fact that you can't see it and you just have to imagine whatever twisted individual has been, like, crammed and, is broken and bloody in there, so scary. I just got finished reading the second Tales from the Pizzaplex book. And man, I don't know what had happened between Fazbear Frights and this new series, Tales from the Pizzaplex. The new books are so... Maybe we do just an episode talking about them at some point, but they are so grim and so bleak. In a way that, like, Fazbear Frights, you had, like, spooky stories, and every once in a while someone would, like, die a horrific death, and it would be like, oh, that was sad, or like, oh, I'm sad to see... Or they would leave it on, like, a cliffhanger that you're like, oh, that person didn't escape, but they wouldn't actively, like, show the murder happening. But, man, these new Tales from the Pizzaplex books are... I don't know if they're like, oh, our audience has gotten older, or, oh, people want more gruesome stuff. They are sad. Like, I read them, and I'm, like, disturbed. A lot of times because they're describing what's happening, or they're heavily implying what's happening, and my mind is creating these just like awful things. Like one of them, someone dies in like a garbage trash compactor, like a big like junkyard compactor, and it would be enough to say like, oh, and they sat there as the trash compactor came in, cut to black. But no, they're like, and then the roof came down and blood started to spurt out of his mouth as his skull came, and I'm like, oh gee, like they are getting into like vivid detail as his consciousness slowly faded away. You're like, oh, this is just so sad and tragic, and also very detailed. So, a lot of this, like leaving it up to your imagination or kind of like imagining what these images are is going to be so much more effective. Unless it looks like a foxy ear, in which case I'm like, duh, Foxy and Freddy Tummy make no sense to Matt Pat. Let's move on. Maybe this is the lore guy. I understand game. I overthink game. I know lore. All right, this is Bonnie joint movement test. Flash warning. Okay. Hashtag FNAF VHS. So just be aware of any flashing lights. And then the name joint movement reminds me a lot of the what was it? Of Walton Files, right? Where Walton Files they had like a couple of videos that were like the bunny head movement test and testing out the individual joints. So I'm curious to see how it applies here. Just like the rawness of this is great. And the sound design. Like already you're so unsettled because of the audio peaking that's happening. And again, like all of this adds to the horror, which I love. The idea of like, oh, it's this very live. It doesn't feel polished. It doesn't feel, something that has been created. It feels very much in the moment. Feels very authentic because you don't have professional recording equipment. You're not worried about audio levels, so that that peaking in the background and just like, oh, it's this cacophony just already unsettles you and gives you like a tingle down your spine.
You know the scariest part here?
What's that?
The ISO is 800 and it's this dark. Where are we, dude? Sorry, like
that's lore details right there.
I'm looking at like the shutter speed with the ISO. I'm like, where are
they
we?
actually just keep Freddy's pitch black. And
Where are we? Sorry. Like...
No, I'm glad that you called it out because I noticed that the ISO was down there, but I hadn't even like registered. Like, oh yeah, that is a really high note. That's funny. You're so right. That's so cool. Oh, looks like Bonnie's having a hard time. Yeah, Bonnie's not really into this performance. Bonnie's kind of phoning it in here.
Oh, well, hello there.
Oh, okay. I was gonna be like, wow, Freddy is very loose in this one. Like, going from the first one where he's like, nerd, I am robot, to like, like something has dramatically changed. But no, it's a suit. It's a mascot suit.
My name is Freddy Fazbear. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza.
Where fantasy and fun come to life. I like that life is capitalized. Come to life, capital L.
Pizza. You seem like a new recruit.
Did he just point with his middle finger? Who are you?
Pizza.
You're not a human being.
You
I think he only
seem
has
like
4
a...
Yeah,
fingers.
actually, it's fun. Yeah, no, totally, no, that's what it is.
Wait.
Yeah, no, he has 1, 2, 3, 4. No, he has 5 fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
There's pizza.
Yeah, he has 5 fingers. He just pointed at his middle finger. Does he? Wait,
What?
hold up. Hold up. We've got. Is that a foxy ear? We're so dumb.
Where's the 5th finger?
Everyone's like, just be scared of it, Matt. Stop thinking about this.
There.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right? 4.
Is that a 5th finger?
That might be a
hiding in the
fifth.
shadows?
If only the ISO were higher. Okay, he's holding up his hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 fingers, right?
Yes.
We can both confirm this.
Yeah, that's 4.
There's a good clean frame of it. 4 fingers.
Hello there.
4 fingers.
My name is
Okay.
Freddy Fazbear. Welcome to Freddy Fazbear's
4.
Pizza. You
How did I think there were 5 at one point?
Well, when you go back, right? Oh wait, where did
Right?
we
Where did
see-
I think the 5th finger came in? I swear I counted them at one point. I'm like, oh, there's 5.
Oh, well,
such a
hello
mess.
there.
What a mess. People are gonna be like, why are you reacting
Freddy
to stuff?
Fazbear. Welcome to Freddy
Yep,
Fazbear's
4.
Pizza. You
Yeah, there's 4
Yeah.
fingers.
There's 4. Okay. What were we doing?
You know, we graduated from some really great universities.
We've been doing this for years, and this is. I started covering this series talking about how many buttons and fingers and toes these animatronics had. Now you understand why the FNAF lore is so complicated. I couldn't count the damn number of fingers. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 fingers. I is smart. I think of lore. Oh my gosh, what an embarrassing. People are like, why did we ever ask him to react to these? This is bad, Ash. This is bad.
seem like a new...
That being said, he's still pointing at me with his. If you have 4 fingers in a mascot suit, like which 2 are fusing together? So you have thumb. Are you pointing like these 2 together?
Definitely
these two?
definitely bring in pinky, right? Because like my whenever I move my pinky, like the ring finger kind of like runs with it.
Sure. right? So he's really pointing at me. So he is pointing at me with his pointer. So these two are kind of independent.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you can't have, yeah, you're right, because Pinky can't manipulate a big glove like that on its own. Pinky needs the support. While we're paused, though, here, pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
I do got to show, again, like, I know we're complimenting Battington a lot, and rightfully so, but, like, I do want to kind of toss this out there, because this immediately struck me. The subtlety of the movement difference between, oh, this is a human inside of a suit versus, oh, this is an animatronic robotic skeleton in a suit that we saw in the first one. It's great. You know, and again, like, this isn't like actors. These aren't real things. Like, he is animating all of this in whatever program he uses to animate this stuff. Like, that level of detail and that level of skill is just so impressive. So, like, again, kudos to Battington, who just does incredible work. But there's a reason why in the early FNAF games, it was all still images, right? You didn't really see a lot of things moving. It's hard to execute believable movement like this. And the nuances of human movement, you know, a soft animatronic, like, mascot suit versus an actual, like, robot in there. So cool. So cool to see. So really, really big shout out there.
Recruit. And it's your turn to test the animatronic's movement, isn't it? Well, have no fear. Freddy's here to help.
Wait. 5 fingers! Not.
No, it's
4.
It's 4.
It's 4. It's just a weird shadow.
Now, let's show you how it's done. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3.
I was getting ready to pause it because I'm like, let's count his fingers again. Also, very impressive. 1, 2, 3. Ooh.
To test Bonnie's movements, we have to put him into repair mode and troubleshoot all of his moving parts. Let's start with the head.
Oh, sound design's great. Ooh. Also, the ears are enormous. I've never really thought about that either. That looks good. And again, I called this out earlier, and seeing this screen, I don't know if this is one that is an original Battington or if this is from Squimpus McGrimpus originally, but this reminds me of that minigame in Sister Location where you're testing out Funtime Freddy, and you're basically like cranking up each component of him, or like various components, to 100% while watching out for, like, go get him, Bon. So again, it makes me wonder, like, oh, is this where some of those gameplay things came from in that game? So that's really fascinating.
Now let's test the arms.
Okay, let's do that. Turn him at 100. They launch off like rocket boosted at us. Hey. Even stuff like that, the small movements of, like, when it jerks down, it moves the whole body. Like, it would be so easy to just isolate this, you know? But the fact that he's thought through, like, oh, the whole body of the robot is going to move when the hand goes down and has, like, a big gross motor function like that. It's awesome. So good.
Now it's time to test the legs.
Just waiting. I'm waiting for the drop. Sprints at us. Wow, ankle articulation is impressive. Cool. Test the ears. Test the ears. Nope. The body. Oh, we're just flashing cameras now. Nope. Nope. One more. was not what I expected at the end. Now, a twist! Oh, when the lightning storm opens up in there. Did not expect that. So wait, is that RXQ, Shadow Bonnie? Or what, is that supposed to be Shadow Bonnie? Here, where, let's get through some of these. That just coming at me. Looks like his legs are moving just fine. Looks like his ears are doing okay too. There are those eyeballs. Yeah, that's creepy. Here again, is this... I'm really curious when these came out in relation to Sister Location, because again, you see the flashing of the light, which was a very big component of Sister. Like, a lot of this feels very Sister Location-y. The press the button and do repairs on the animatronic, the flashlight kind of strobing in order to see where the animatronics are at any given point in time, the parts and service repair where you're cranking it up to 100%. A lot of this is giving me really strong Sister Location vibes, so I'm curious which inspired which. Did these videos come after, and so they're kind of inspired by Sister Location, or was this where Scott was like, hey, those guys are on to stuff. I like those thoughts. Huh, that was cool. You know what? All of this is just confirming for me, not really the line of work that I want to pursue. I think robots are cool, but I'm good. I'm good.
You don't want to make animatronics?
I don't think so. I'll pass. Pass.
But it was your dream.
I know.
It was all we wanted for you.
Sometimes you just gotta grow. You gotta grow and you learn and your dreams change. Sometimes you learn that, hey, maybe pursuing a career in theater results in you, having to perform Spider-Man Turn Off the Dark 8 days a week. No one wants that. And sometimes when you change your dream to being an animatronic designer and builder, you're like, you know what? Maybe pursuing that career path is going to result in me dying a horrific death at the hard, sharp, metallic hands of a animatronic bunny.
But wouldn't you rather die doing something you loved?
No. No. I would rather live.
But when you do die...
Won't happen.
What?
No. I've taken steps to ensure that is not a thing.
Who are you? What have you done with Matt? What have you done?
What, are you assuming that Matt was always capable of death?
Oh, God.
Bold of you to assume, Ash! Bold of you to assume my demise!
Oh, well...
I'm glad that's a thought that has crossed your head in the past. See where your mind's at. I'm on to you. Watch it.
What? Wait. Wait.
Oh no.
No.
No explanation needed, thank you. We're on to sound response check.
Matt was like, you know what? I'm tired of Ash lore and Mirror Matt lore. When is my turn?
All of it's my lore, Ash. It's always been my lore. All along, it's always been my lore. And now it's starting to come out. And now you can start putting the pieces together. Who is Matt? Do we really know who he is? Or what he is? Maybe that's the question you should have really started with this whole time. You thought you knew me. Think again!
My lore.
Talking about my lore. Do. Okay, let's sound response check, shall we? Oh, it's purple! You know what that means. It's afton time.
Chica?
Oh. Oh!
It's time to go home, baby bird.
Oh, I like Chica's voice.
Mommy? It's time to go home. Home. Take me home with you. No, Chica. Baby bird. No, Chica. You're scaring me.
Oh, jeez. Uh-oh. Whoa. Whap, 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 whap.
Okay,
Here, before I do want to look at this, because this is horrific already. Like, this is already super scary. Just want to get this again, because a lot happened here. So, purple, it's the girls' bathroom, so maybe that's why it's purple, but also purple indicates that maybe the voice we're hearing might be an Afton. I don't know. Anytime you see purple, you always gotta be on, like, Afton alert, Afton alert.
Chica?
So we get our first human character outside of whoever was holding the camera in the first one. We're getting our first human character here. Might be Elizabeth, not sure. Probably not. It might be Susie.
It's time to go home, baby bird.
Although, probably not, because the animatronics at this point are possessed, right? So this might just be random girl, you know?
Mommy? Go home, baby bird. Mommy?
So the girl, why'd the girl say mommy to that? Is that the sound of her mom's voice? And again, going back to the parallels to Sister Location, and I noticed a couple things here that do parallel back to Sister Location, but in Sister Location we get the blueprints that the animatronics, the more advanced ones at least, come equipped with like voice recognition or voice mimicking systems where they're able to replicate the voices of loved ones or of parents or adults or whatever. So it makes me wonder if that's what the girl's responding to. Like, why? Because otherwise, why? I'm hiding from this demon bird who's very clearly on the fritz or on the loose to get me. But no, oh, mommy, is that you? Giant metal bird creature? I'm hiding here in the stall, mommy. The cold, dead laughter is terrifying.
Time to go home.
Right? Like, that makes me think, like, oh, is that the vocal mimicking software, and it's like starting to wind down, or like, it's time to go home, honey. Do.
Take me home with you. No, Chica. Home with you. Baby bird. Go home, baby bird. Take me home with you.
I'm trying to compare the voices, because Take Me Home With You presumably is Chica's voice at this point. So I'm trying to see if it sounds like the mother.
Chica. Baby bird. No, Chica.
So
You're
scary.
scaring me.
Weird. So Chica undergoes some sort of transformation there? Or maybe that's her flipping into like murder mode or something. And who knows, maybe we'll see more of it. But that is an odd moment to see. Like, oh, she was normal, but she was already possessed. Or already kind of on the fritz or already hunting down the girl. So I'm curious about that. Also, it's worth calling out here, this whole Take Me Home and Chica going home. For those of you who don't know and don't read all the books, because why would you? One of the best stories in the Fazbear Frights series is Going Home, Coming Home. It's something home, going home, coming home. But it's all about Chica visiting a girl's house at night, and trying to like break in and bring the girl back to like the pizzeria or back to the pizza restaurant. In actuality, like, you know, some of the characters may or may not be dead. The pizza restaurant may or may not be the afterlife. Like, it's a very cool story. It's actually one of the better ones. It's one where you connect to the characters much more than the others. But this idea of Chica saying, bring me home, or take me home with you, makes me immediately think of that, because it's specifically Chica, it's specifically a little girl, it's specifically like, bring me home with you, let me come into your house and then take you away kind of thing. So again, I don't know if this, like, maybe that story was inspired by this moment, if this was a video that existed at the time. I'm seeing a lot of, for this being a fan creation by Battington or Squimpus McGrimpus or whatever, whoever created these, and whenever they came out, there's a lot of really interesting dialogue and back and forth between ideas in these videos and stuff that you see in the games themselves. So I'm going to have to double check, like maybe we'll do 2 reactions to this or whatever, but I'll have to double check in between, like, what was the timing like between the release of these videos, the release of the original series, and the games as they came out, and now apparently the books too. Okay, so Chica, some technical difficulties. Might have some viscera, some foxy ears wrapped around my internal structure.
Okay, my sensors have been replaced for both left and right ear. The newer ones can handle much higher frequencies, perfect for performing animatronics such as these. Wouldn't want one of them shut down just because the music was too loud.
Huh. So, higher frequencies. So are we left to assume that the girl screaming, like, is that why Chica shut down? Because her scream is a high frequency.
Because music frequencies, both left and right ear, the newer ones can handle much higher frequencies, perfect for performing animatronics such as these.
That's
Wouldn't
interesting.
want one of them shut down just because the music was too loud. Can't imagine what could have.
Loudness is not frequency, sir. Let it be clear. Loudness is amplitude, not frequency. Just saying, sound design engineer. Look at us dropping all this, like, you know, production knowledge.
We got the ISO.
We got your
the amplitude. We got the frequencies.
right. We got it all. We got your
How
sound.
many hertz are we talking?
Yeah, well, yeah. Show me your hertz. I don't want your decibels. I want your hertz. Hertz Chica's ears. Badoom ching.
Nice.
Hey.
That was pretty good.
It was something. I don't know if good is the word I would use to describe it, but it existed. It was a thing. All right, let's keep going.
It's so loud to blow out the sensors.
Oh, okay. I couldn't imagine what was allowed to blow out the sensors. Okay, so the girl screaming shut Chica down. That's interesting.
Back to upgrade the others. For now, just play the sound response manual and everything should be A-OK.
So did the girl survive then because she screamed? That's the question. So there's a world where that girl survived. Please make sure that the left and right speakers are properly placed. This makes me think of FNAF 6 and the sound test. Testing audio. And then you see if the animatronic moves and you're like, oh, it moved, it didn't move. There's so many references to other things, and I don't... If Chica has responded correctly, she should be looking left. Nope. Oh, hello, small child. Okay, so a girl exists in the tape. Like on one hand, I'm like, oh, it's to show that a girl's inside of Chica, or like maybe dead Susie's inside of Chica or whatever. But also, this is the training tape, so the training tape is actually possessed. Chica's not responded correctly. Please ensure there are no children present. Oh, that's ominous. Animatronics will react to the sound of children. Huh. Chica has responded correctly. She should be looking left. I mean, she turned? Like, are we saying she's turning or her head's turning? This is a bop right here. This is it. I can use this for my next album. Should be looking right. And she's moving. Her neck isn't turning. But she is like, I guess she is looking there. Oh, now she's coming from all sides. Coming at me. Oh, small child. I like that the training tape is the thing that's showing this, though. Oh, small child. I'm so sorry. She has responded correctly. I mean, seems accurate. All good here. Cleared the test. Well done. Is that Bonnie? This music makes me feel better. Does it? Does it now? Makes me think about birds. I like birds. They are pretty. So wait, is that's not Bonnie as we know them, right? That's a different Bonnie. It looks different. Like it doesn't. It's not the like big-eared animatronic. It looks like a different character. I'm assuming that this must be maybe Springtrap, or like Afton in the suit or whatever. I would disagree. This music does not make me think birds.
What does it make you think of?
It makes me think of what does that music make me think of? That music makes me think of drowning slowly in a bathtub.
Points for creativity. Is it because of the muffled?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, as I imagine, okay, what am I doing? On one hand, I like opera, I like classical music, and I'm thinking of it's a little bit like laid back and relaxing, like laying back in like a warm bath. But the muffling of it is, exactly to your point, like going under the water and hearing like it muffling the mouth, muffling the ears. So yeah, so on one hand, it started in I'm relaxing in a bathtub with classical music, but then it's like.
Oh my God. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, so anyway, that's me. What's it make you think of, Ash?
Brown with speckles.
Ooh, brown with speckles. I like that. That's
Thanks.
cool. What does it make you think of, audience at home? It does. I feel like Dora the Explorer. It does! Let me know down in the comments below. Seriously, I'm curious. It's a game that Ollie and I play a lot of times. Steph and I, all of us play it. Sometimes we'll play classical music or just a song that doesn't have lyrics to it, and we'll be like, "Oh, what's your interpretation of this?" And he comes up with. I mean, it's cool to see what sort of things he comes up with. It's like I think of a water slide, or I think of a hot air balloon, or whatever. It's cool. He comes up like a car racing down the road. It's cool. It's cool to see early thoughts, and he's 4 now. But this idea of the ideas that are coming to his head just based on a pure music. Okay, mundane. I saw a bird sleeping in the snow. That's what bad dreams are about. Birds in snow. Feel like I'm sleeping in snow, and I can't get up. It's too cold for me to do that. Okay, that's fair. Things don't breathe when they sleep in snow. I can't breathe. Springtrap's grand master plan, luring kids in with old opera songs. Some genius level strats there. Oh. Oh! Ooh! 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 I did not like that. Nope. Nope. Did not like that. I didn't know what I was expecting. It was not that though. This is so effective. This slow drip, it's so effective. Whew. That's horrific. Even her face is real scary. She's got that smile going on, Joker smile. And then they'll finish it off with a solid I can't breathe. Come on, where's that? Is it final frame? It felt like it was more than just a frame. I was curious to see that. There it is. And now she's in the suit. And you see everyone. That was interesting. You see the cupcake here. So here's my question though. If we're in Chica, right? Based on, and I mean, it looks like this whole time we've been following Chica. It looks like her eye shape. We see the other animatronics. It is weird that we're seeing the cupcake from this perspective though. Because technically the cupcake should be in front of us. Like this, because Chica's always seen holding her cupcake. but the cupcake is actually looking at us. So I don't know if that's just like, I mean, it's not, because that's Freddy. And Foxy is elsewhere, presumably. And he would have an eye patch anyway, so that's not it. So yeah, I just noticed that the cupcake being there and looking back at us is unusual. That's a... Okay, so there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4 more of these? Okay. So I think that's a good place to stop, because that was horrific. That was absolutely horrific. This is great. I like it. Thank you guys for recommending this series to me. Thank you for making me aware that it was actually in the process of being remade too, because as we've started to go into the live theory crafting, the live reaction stuff on spooky horror stuff, ARG stuff, things like that, I knew that FNAF VHS was a thing, but I also knew that I wasn't allowed to react to it. So knowing that there is a version of it that we can react to and have comments on, it's a really cool way to experience this. And again, like, to support Battington, amazing creator. Clearly this video has done, like, people have found this, so I'm last to the party on this one, but super cool, so scary. As we wrap things up here, just a quick reminder, I've mentioned this a couple times, but our merch, there's a huge sale actually going on over the next couple weeks. Various sales are going on, so it depends on kind of when you check in, but over at theoryware.com, or right below this video, we're actually doing some big sales on some of the older merch that we've had. So hoodies like this, things like that, where things are like half price. Like, you get some of the jackets that we make for like $40 when they're usually like $100 or whatever. Or we have some of the nicer hoodies and things that have a lot of more detail and kind of more cut and sew hand feel to them. Everything's like $20, $30, $40 right now. So if you've ever been interested in getting some of the stuff that we've produced, we're kind of offloading some of that right now. And like, the deals are really good, especially for like some of the jackets, the coats that we've made, things like that. Real good steals. So I wanted to make sure that you're aware of those, because I know a lot of people have said, like, oh, I've always wanted to get that extra item, or I've never been able to get stuff. Now's a great time if you've ever been interested, because we're doing kind of like a push towards the end of the year, clear out some of the old stuff and bring in some of the new stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for recommending this. Thank you for letting me be aware that this exists. I'm so excited to react to more. And as always, my friends, remember, it wasn't a live stream, but it was a video for you.